Good morning, family. Good morning. Today is Sunday, June 16th, 2024. I am back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As usual, thank you. And it's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there, and including myself. Happy Father's Day to everyone. And if you're not a real father, a deadbeat, loser, whatever, so anyway, since it's Father's Day, this email topic is the perfect topic for this video. It's Father's Day and it's dealing with being a father. So this topic is from bigward@myyahoo.com. If you have a topic you want me to discuss, email me, bigward@myyahoo.com, and I will get to you ASAP. Just keep in mind, you ain't got to keep emailing me, am I going to get to you, whatever, because I got a lot, believe it or not, I got a list that I go in order as I receive them, also along with other content that I make. I don't do just email topics only, so I go back and forth. So now I'm on the email topics, and this is one from bigward@myyahoo.com. Thank you. It says, I haven't seen my son in a year. I just hired an attorney, but I don't feel he's in my corner. My baby mama didn't file for child support until I arrived back from East Africa. Married 8 months later is when she filed. But the whole time in between, I was trying to give her money, but she kept saying it's not about the money. Anyway, now even though it's her fault I haven't seen him, the court is saying start off slow regarding me seeing him and slowly progress into having nights with him. She lives 4 hours from me and wants me to drive all that time just to see him for 5 hours. She's not even holding up her word on letting me FaceTime him. So would I be a bad father if right now I say F it? Pay my child support and move on. I have property in Africa where my wife is from, a culture that honors men. Please help. It's Father's Day. And there's fathers out there that's trying to be real fathers going through this. And there are deadbeats out there who the baby mama is trying to force the kids on. There are deadbeats out there right now that ain't trying to do nothing for their child. Right? And that man can see his child anytime he feel like it. The deadbeat, the loser. Not all, there's some women that ain't gonna let him, but overall, it's usually the deadbeat loser guy that has the good baby mama. Or the baby mama that want him to see his kids. But he don't want to see his kids. It's crazy how that works. Usually the baby daddy that ain't studying his kids, don't want to see them, loser, deadbeat, don't do nothing for him. It's usually that baby mama that give him access to the kids. He can pop up once, twice a year, and she let him see the kid as long as he want to. And then won't see him no more for the rest of the year. That baby daddy, that deadbeat, he don't go through this. So I can understand why you asking, should you say fuck it? Because it seems like the good father, the one who's trying to be a great father, a lot of times he's the one. Not all great fathers. There's some good women out here that let their kids, long as they happy they got a great father. My ex-wife, don't, no problems. No, I'm a great father. I ain't had that issue, but you got to be careful about who you pick to have kids with. First of all, so sometimes we need to look at ourselves about who we choose to lay up and have a baby with. But that's not what this is about. A lot of times, the man that's trying to be a great father, he's dealing with a bitter ex, a bitter baby mama, and she got other issues going on with the father. That ain't got nothing to do with the kid or whether or not he's a good father or not. The fact that she hated him, pissed off, what have you, the way they broke up, he might have cheated, what have you, and she gonna punish him. You and the kid. So what should you do? Would you be a bad father or what have you if you just say, fuck it? And no, you wouldn't be a bad father, but you'll be a quitter. And we don't do quitters over here. If you're watching me, we don't do the quitting game. Unless, like Kenny Rogers said, you gotta know when to fold them. You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to walk away. When it comes to your kid, this ain't the time to walk away. There may be a time to walk away when you exhausted all means. The court ain't helping you, your lawyer ain't helping you, she ain't helping you, you losing your mind, your sanity, then it's time to walk away. But until you reach that point, this ain't time to do it. I'm gonna explain to you in the end that there is a time where you can say, just, you know what, man, I ain't finna even wrestle with this, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully when he get old enough where he want to reach out to me and see me on his own, when he old enough, not having to go through her in this court system and the child, whatever you call it, family courts, what have you, how they screw men over. A lot of women don't know that. But until then, you're not giving up right now. Not right now. I ain't saying never give up. Not right now. You're not quitting. And I'm going to tell you why. This is what you're going to do. You said, the court said, ease into it. So I guess you haven't seen him in a while. They don't want to shock the kid with some new guy coming around to me. Hey, I'm your daddy. And the child looking like, huh? I ain't know I had no daddy. I thought Mr. Willie Earl my daddy. She might have whoever her boyfriend is. I thought Willie Earl my daddy. So this is for the well-being of the child. So you ease yourself on in there, letting the child know I'm your father, and you slowly build up a relationship with your kid. Cause you ain't sure how old your son was, but I'm assuming he's a little kid, not that old or what have you. So they want you to slowly introduce yourself, let the child get accustomed to you. It ain't about you, it's about the child. Letting the child get slowly accustomed to you. You don't want to shock the child. This is for the child benefit, to get to know this man who says he's my father, that I didn't know I had. Cause my mama said Willie Earl was my daddy. So you dealing with that also. So take your time, like the court say. You gonna do whatever they saying you gotta do. That's what you gonna do. If all you can do is drive 4 hours and see him for 5 hours, that's what you gonna do. If you can't FaceTime him, what have you, fine. You just won't FaceTime him. We ain't gonna make it complicated. We're gonna do what we can do. That's all we can do. Do what you can do, no more, no less. Don't try to be Superman here. Let God do what you can do. Let God handle the rest. Whoever your God may be, I don't know who, if you believe in God. Do what you can do. Do your part. Put the rest in God's hands. He'll do the rest. Until then, you just be patient. Instead of just saying fuck it all together, you know what I'm saying? Since you wouldn't go there anyway. So what difference do it make if you can't see him for 5 hours? If you say fuck it, you ain't gonna see him at all. So don't say fuck it. Just go see him in 5 hours. And before long, things go right and God working his thing behind the scenes, that 5 hours gonna turn to 10, that 10 gonna turn to the day, that day gonna turn to a couple of days, that couple of days turn to a week, so forth and so on. And if it don't, oh well, do what you can do. Because what end up happening, as long as you keep there, whether it be for 5 hours, however long you get to see him, he gonna know that it wasn't your fault. He gonna know that you didn't run off and abandon him. He gonna know that it wasn't that you didn't give a damn about him. Because in the little 5 hours you spend with him, you're going to be explaining all that to him. You're going to be letting him know what's going on. You're going to be letting him know, man, I want to see you more, and as time go on, I'm going to be able to see you more. You're going to let him know you're going to explain everything to him. Let him know to be patient. That you coming for him. That you ain't going to turn your back on him. The way it's set up right now, I can't see you but a few hours, but we're going to make the best of them few hours. To where you're going to know who I am in those 5 hours. And when it's my turn to come back again, I'm coming back again. I don't care if I got to drive 20 hours. I'm coming to see you. He got to know that you putting forth your effort. So to combat whatever his mama telling him about you, he can just see for himself that whatever his mama's saying ain't true, even if you ain't got for 5 hours. And what's going to happen is, as he gets older, he going to start looking at his mama side-eyed. As he gets older, by you putting in all that effort that you did, driving 4 hours to see him just for 5 hours, when he realized you did all that to see him, his love for you, his desire to see you, gonna grow. The same way it would if you was a child and your father was going through that to see you. If my father was dropping, see, my father didn't do a damn thing. That's why he over there on the deathbed and I ain't studying his ass. I got my sisters and brothers and folk calling me, telling me, you know, dad is something. He ain't my dad. He was y'all dad. He was with their mother until they divorced, and then he cut them off too because he wasn't with their mama. He told my older brother, which is just by my father, that since I ain't with y'all mom, I ain't with y'all either. That's my sperm donor. And he wasn't with my mom from 3 months on till I'm grown. So he ain't see me at all. And now here my sisters is, who he was in part of their life, thinking I'm supposed to feel about him like they do. I ain't studying. He over there on the deathbed, I don't know that dude. What am I supposed to do? He ain't changed my diaper, am I supposed to come change his? Hell no. You made your bed, that go for anybody. You gotta lay in that mother. I have no feelings. When my sister called me, answer the phone. If I answered, I didn't know who it was. I answered, and she said, she sent me a video of him laying up in the bed looking crazy. What you sending me this for? That ain't my dad. I don't know that dude. So I don't feel the way about him that y'all do because he ain't put forth no effort ever to be in my life. If I would have saw him trying and then it was just that my mama, baby, whatever, was hard on him, and when I got older, I would probably be mad at my mom then for not letting my dad, because he was trying. I saw him trying. Your son needs to see you trying. He don't need to see you saying fuck it. Because if you say fuck it, when he get older, he gonna say fuck it when it comes to you. And you never know, you might be like my dad, laying up in the deathbed somewhere, needing your son to come by and help you out, and your son be like, man, fuck you. You said fuck me, fuck you. So you're gonna put forth every effort you can. If you gotta drive 4 hours to see him, and you only get to see him 5 hours, that's what you're gonna do. And you're gonna make the best of that 5 hours each time you get it. And he gonna know you his dad. My son gonna know I'm his dad. She's not gonna be the only view of me my son get. My son gonna see me for himself, even if it ain't for 5 hours. And I'm gonna be there on time, faithfully every time. And as he gets older, he gonna start understanding and realizing more what's going on. And there's gonna come a time where he's gonna be old enough to say, I wanna go see my daddy. And if your mama said, nah, you can't go see him, he gonna buck against his mama. I promise you, because I would have done that. It's gonna come a time. It might be when he's 10, 11, 12, 13 years old. He ain't gotta be grown yet. But when he understands, and the little time that you done built up with him, as a boy, we're gonna get more and more wanting to be and see and get to know our dad, to know who we are. It's natural. He gonna wanna see you more. And the fact that you've been putting forth the effort, the little time you've been had, the sin, that's gonna bode well in your favor when he gets older. As he gets older, your time with him gonna increase because he gonna increase it. His mom ain't gonna have she gonna have hell trying to keep him from you. He'll start rebelling against her. if she try to keep him from you because he know your side of the story. He remember when you drove 4 hours just to see him for 5 hours, and he gonna realize that was his mama's doing, not yours. He gonna start being angry with his mama and let his mama know, hey, I need to see my dad. The older he get, the more he gonna start bucking against her to see you. Cause he gonna remember the effort you put in to see him. But if you say fuck it, he gonna say fuck you. That ain't what you want, player, I promise you. So do whatever you gotta do to stay in your son's life. Even if you don't get to see him for 5 hours on a 4-hour drive. You do that. You do what you can until you can do more. Do what you can until you can do more. But you ain't giving up. Now, after you done did everything you can do, and which obviously you can see him for 5 hours, you just said that, do that. Do what you can until it increases. If you got to slowly work yourself in, as the court say, do that. And when you do that, when you do what you can do, then you take your ass home. And then when it's time to do it again, you do it again. Then you take your ass home until it increases, till it gets better, until it gets better. You're going to keep working till it gets better. This is your child. We ain't giving up like that. This ain't no relationship with no woman. This is your kid. Ain't no demon in hell gonna keep me away from mine other than death. That's it. The courts, the baby mama, none of that. They're gonna have to see me. But I'm gonna do it the right way. You do it the right way. They've given you an avenue. They've cracked the door open for you. So you take that and you work with it. And you keep going until it gets better. Even if it's when he gets older and he demands to see you himself. That day coming too. Keep that in mind. As long as you do this little bit right here now, it's going to come a time where he's going to want to increase the time with you. As long as you're a good father and he's seeing that with his own eyes, it ain't just going by what his baby, what his mama say. Because if you say fuck it, not only view he got is what the mama say. He don't have your side of the story because you said fuck it. You ain't there to tell your side. You take them 5 hours you get to see him and let him get to know you, who his father is, what his father going through, what his father trying to do to see him, what all his father got to do to be able to see him. And then he gonna start saying, man, that ain't right. You shouldn't have to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you more. Hey, mama, make it happen where I can see my dad more. Nah, boy, he ain't shit. But that ain't what I see in my father. He may not be shit to you, but he is to me. I want to see my dad. That's what's gonna happen if you do this a little bit, what you're supposed to do, and you keep doing it until it gets better and better and better. But quitting, we ain't doing that. Get it, got it, good. Bye.